Hello dear student, how are you? I hope you are all well by the blessing of this Almighty God. Hello, this is Sharmin Akhtar Shanta, Resource Teacher English, Shahpur Girls High School, Pirganj, Rangpur. This class is for class 8 and our subject is English second paper. Like our two previous class, so today our topic is narration. In our last two class, we learn about narration, definition of narration, classification of narration. Two important narration is direct narration and indirect narration. And in our last previous class, we know about some rules, the rules for changing narration direct to indirect. Unfortunately, we cannot complete this session for last day, and so I want to complete this for today. Okay, in our previous class we know the present we learned the present continuous to past continuous, and today we going to learn about present perfect to past perfect when we change the narration direct to indirect. So, present perfect, present perfect to past perfect, past perfect. So, can you remember when we change, where we change the tense? Present perfect to past perfect. Okay, I recall this for one time that when indirect narration, when the reporting verb is in present past tense, or then we change the reported speech in present perfect to past perfect. If the reported speech in present perfect, then we change it past perfect. Okay, for example, I want to show you. He said, I have done my work. I have done my work. Here he said that means it is in past tense, so we can change it. Okay, if it is says, we cannot change this section, change this part, but it is in past tense, so we can change it easily. So have done, I have done my work. So the rule, according to the rule of tense, we know it is present perfect. So now I am going to change it. He said that he had. Okay, for this section we know that have is in present perfect. Have is the auxiliary verb of present perfect. According to the rule of tense, when we change it in past perfect, then we change have to had. Here we change the auxiliary verb, that verb have to had. Done is not changeable because here it is still what is in present perfect, that is in past perfect. Done my work. So what is it? He said that is the connecting word, then he had done my work. Now it is in past perfect. It was in present perfect. We change it. Okay, I think you understand. Now I want to go to the next rule. In next rule, we learn about present perfect continuous to past perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous to past perfect continuous. When your sentence, when your reported speech in present perfect continuous, you must be change it in past perfect continuous. For example, Asma said, I have been living Dhaka for 2 years. So what Asma said? Asma said, I have been living Dhaka for 2 years. Okay. I have been is the auxiliary verb of present perfect continuous. Living is the verb where we join ing for which make it gerund, and Dhaka for 2 years, it is the time bound sentence. Okay. Now I want to go to the changing part of this sentence. Asma said that she, we change the pronoun, she have, so it is had been living Dhaka for 2 years. Asma said that she had been living Dhaka for 2 years. Here have been is in present tense, so we change it had been for past tense. So past perfect continuous, in past perfect continuous, Asma said, I have been living Dhaka for 2 years. And for when we change it in past perfect continuous, Asma said, it is not changeable. Asma said that the connecting word, then I changes in she, then have to had, been is still like this, and living and this other part of this sentence is not changeable. So when we change the present perfect to past perfect, the main focus is in the auxiliary verb. Okay, dear student, I think we complete the session of the present tense, present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous. So when we change this form, form of present in reported speech, we change it present to past. That means present indefinite to past indefinite, present continuous to past continuous, present perfect to past perfect, and present perfect continuous to past perfect continuous. Okay. Now I think you have a question that if we change it present to past, when we got the sentence is in present past indefinite, so what can we do? Okay, in this rule we are going to learn about this thing. Sorry, past perfect, past indefinite. Present indefinite, past indefinite. So your question's answer is this: if your reported speech in past indefinite, then you change it past perfect. Past perfect. Okay. When you get the sentence in present indefinite, you change it present past indefinite. But when you get the sentence in past indefinite, you change it past perfect. It is the rule of changing narration. So for example, we can write this: he said I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter. So I think you know that I wrote a letter, that this is present indefinite. So when we are going to change this form of present indefinite to past indefinite, past indefinite to past perfect, then you write he said that I is gonna be changed in he. So now the main thing here, there is no auxiliary verb, but according to the rule of tense, now we getting a auxiliary verb. So what is the auxiliary verb of past perfect? That is had. So he said that he had, and now we change the verb from past participle, written. Written a letter. Okay, what is this? He said that he had written a letter. Okay, so I want to recall this thing. When you get the reported speech in past indefinite, you change it past perfect. So then without past indefinite, when you get the sentences in past perfect, past continuous, past perfect continuous, it is not changeable. That means here you only can change the pronoun, okay, and time, but you cannot change the form of this sentence. So we can say that the past perfect and past perfect continuous is required no change in direct narration to indirect narration. Okay, what can we do when we get the sentences in future tense? Okay, when we get the sentences in future tense, we change it in future in past. Future in past. So future in past is the changing future in future tense. Future in past is this type of tense where we know that it is future, but it originally is the past. Okay, for example, she said I may go to school. Like you, she also say I may go to school. Okay, she said that she said to me that she might go to school. So in future she said I may go to school, and in future in past she said to me. Okay, in this sentence, in this future in this direct sentence, we do not get any object, okay, but in the changing form, in direct to indirect, we get me, we get or we take me the like an object. Okay, then that is connector. She may to might, that is future in past. May to might, that is future in past. May to might go to school. May is a modal auxiliary and might is also a modal auxiliary. May is the modal auxiliary and might is the modal auxiliary. I think you know, after modal auxiliary the verb is not changeable. It is finite verb and we cannot change it. Okay, we cannot change it. When we cannot change it? When the verb, before this verb we get a auxiliary verb and before the verb we get to. Then we cannot change the form of the verb if we change it past to present, present to past, and otherwise anything. Okay, I think you today we can clear the tense section of the tense in changing direct narration to indirect narration. Okay, dear student, I think this is today. For today, we learned the enough thing, and the next class we learn about the direct changing the direct narration to indirect narration according to the sentence. But before Okay, dear student, before completing our today class, I want to give you a homework. Homework through this chart. If we want to change the narration in direct to indirect, we change it according to the sentence. That means indirect speech reporting verb connective word টি sentence অনুযায়ী হয়. How it is possible that when it is in assertive sentence, the verb will be say, said, tell, told, and object যদি থাকে তাহলে told হতে পারে, and the connective is that. Interrogative sentence asked, asked, inquired of, questioned, wanted to know form and object plus object. Here connective word is if, whether, who, what, where, when, etc. In imperative sentence, tell, told, requested, order, advised, command, and forbid. And here connective word is to. When in imperative sentence we get let us and let's, there the reporting verb will be proposed and suggest, and the connective word is that. In optative sentence, the reporting verb wish, wished, pray, beg, implode, and the connective word is that. In exclamatory sentence, exclaim, exclaimed with, exclaim with or exclaimed with plus joy, sorrow or grief. Cried out in plus joy, grief, delight and sorrow. Exclaimed with disgust, wonder, shame. Swear by Allah, God and his life. And plugged it plus reporting verb object, and connective word is that. So it is your homework. You will be concentrated and you will be you are trying to know about this chart, and in our next class we discuss briefly about this rules. Okay, dear student, for today this is enough for us, and I hope we come soon in our real class, and you come soon in our school. Okay, dear student, but till then save yourself and keep you happy. Okay, bye.